Dreary Easter Sunday, sunny yesterday and overcast, and it's gonna rain sometime today. Got part of the jungle mowed down yesterday. Nothing really interesting going on out here. Strawberries, they're gonna die. I mean, there's a couple berries coming off of the one plant, but they didn't handle the transplant well, so just letting them do their thing. Looks like there's some clover or something that come through the air. Zucchini's doing really well. I need to trim a bunch of those leaves off. I can see the buds underneath and they can't get any sun. And I've got bugs or snails, so I need to put out the snail stuff. Green beans are starting to pop out. Potatoes are doing a thing. Something's eating the leaves, so again, I got to spray. But the biggest thing is over the last couple days, now there's a bug or two in there, so I need to spray, but there's some cauliflower starting on that one. And on that one. And I don't know if any of the others, oh yeah, starting in there too. Pretty cool. I mean, it's a little bigger than a golf ball or a whatever. And I forgot I was gonna video before I started, so I started on the greenhouse. Took down some of the plants. I'm in the middle of taking down the plants, so that zucchini's going like crazy. That one needs to get transplanted into some dirt. These cuttings aren't doing too bad. I'll go back and show the other ones that are outside. A bunch of these didn't root, so they're just gonna get trashed. I think either between the weather and the age of the cuttings. I went in and did inventory. These aren't gonna sprout. They've been there a month. Couple tomatoes, cucamelons, a small sour cucumber. That was Roma's, and only looks like one grew. This was lemon cucumber. I forgot what these were. These two rows are bok choy. There's only one here and one here, so basically all that stuff gets scrapped. It's been there almost 3 weeks. This stuff's only been here a week, so I forget which this was, but these are starting to come up. You can see it starting to poke through, it's disturbing the dirt. Anyways, I went to chopping the, which I thought was a red pear, which I had mislabeled. It was a black creme. And although, I don't know, it may or may not be edible. I'm gonna harvest that for seeds. But here's the first set of transplants. I mean, they're almost 2.5 some odd feet tall. They need to get transplanted or they're gonna break. They're starting to lean. So anyways, that's part one before I start gutting everything and taking the pressure washer to it. I'm gonna try to leave this Juliet grape up if I can get it cleaned up. Right now I'm only feeding it water. There's no nutrient going in there, but I gotta change that tub out and try to get this place cleaned up and rehab today. I'm gonna, like I said, take the pressure washer to it, get all this algae off. I'll see if I can lay down some new weed control. Got to gut these 2 plants, pull those buckets, pull that bucket, pull that bucket, that bucket, and that bucket. These are regular cucumbers, diva cucumbers, Aurora pepper. I got to get these transplanted before they die. These 2 tomatoes are ready to go to dirt and bury them up about this far. and let them try to get some more root going. But it's all been about getting the greenhouse doing its thing. Hopefully I can get this plant trimmed up and get the greenhouse cleaned up and then start feeding the greenhouse nutrient again. I just leaned off because they were established plants and they can kind of survive by themselves with just water, but if I blast it full of nutrient, it'll just perk up and start going like crazy, you know, trim off some of the dead leaves. Other than that, I got a lot of work to get done, as much as I can today. Looks like I got some mosquitoes and I saw a slug on the wall. So yeah, I've got cleaning to do. Other than that, we'll call this part 1 of 2 or 1 of 3. And I got to get busy. Well, Easter Sunday, it cleared up. It's nice and warm out. And I've been busy. So here's all the plants from the inside. Here's the mess I got going on out here. Got everything hosed down and cleaned off the best I could. Doesn't look too bad. Smells a little funky in here, but it's a little musty. Cut the tape for the outside, roll the sides up. Sides are a little bit muddy, you can't see it, that's behind those beams, but at least I can roll the sides up and down now. Try to keep it warm in here until the morning and then roll it up when I get up. So I need to tear that apart and get that tote out of there. I'm not sure that tote's cracked or not, but I'm going to replace it in case it's leaking, and it's also flooded out underneath there. So that's we'll call it part 2, because basically I'm gonna clean out the tote, put a new tote in, then I'm gonna drop everything down 1 set of cinder blocks and gain about 8 more inches of growing room in here. I don't need it to be off the ground. I thought I did. I thought it'd be easier to get to, but I don't really care because I'm not bending over. So and then we've got this plant's left. I trimmed it up a little bit, and you know, hopefully today I will get the nutrient in the big tank and start feeding everything. So in theory, I've got about another hour to clean up and then get this thing back doing some work. And then all the feeder lines, I put in these little valves so I can turn them on and off. So that way, if I have a problem, I can shut something off quickly, where before it would just create a mess. So it's turning into an all-day project. So anyways, got everything dropped down. So it's 1 set of cinder blocks. Replace the tote, replace the lid, cut all the pipe down there so it fits. You can hear it trickling in. Yes, my lovely neighbors and their piece of crap dogs. Filled this tote with nutrient and topped it mostly off, and then that's trickling from the big tank. Then I had to put this on cinder blocks because I dropped it one, so that plant would have just uprooted itself. And I can't even hear myself think with these stupid dogs. That's what happens when you live close to people. Anyways, so got most of it done. I think I'm going to move all the plants back in and just start to clean up. I've got every tool and whatever known to man out here to fix and do everything. So but accomplished what I wanted to do, so I guess that's the important thing. Well, wrapping it up for today. I am beat. I've been out here all day. Just move the plants back in, give them some water. Turn the pump back on so the one plant that's there can do its thing. Looks like a little drippy drip on that, but that's all right. Yeah, everything's all clean and ready to go except for that piece of piece of plant. Everything's been lowered, and the next thing is to get these transplanted either in dirt or hydroponics, and emptied most of the buckets. They all got to be cleaned out and rehabbed. So there's a gasket behind that that's got to be replaced, and so on and so forth. But everything's cleaned up, and I drove to T-post. See if you can kind of see the tops over there, and drove one in over there, keep the fences from falling over. So other than that, I'm beat, and that's it for this week.